Blackstone Audio presents Mencken, The American Iconoclast by Marion Rodgers. Prologue. Boston, 1926. On the morning of April 5th, 1926, a multitude of Harvard and Boston University undergraduates, reporters, and the curious gathered at Brimstone Corner in Boston. Students, many of them clutching magazines, awaited the Baltimore journalist and editor H.L. Mencken. Boston newspapers had already announced his impending fate. One headline blared, "Famous editor defies police. Wants to make test case in courts." Another said, "Mencken ready for jail, selling magazines here." From curb to curb the crowd awaited the man who had famously derided Puritanism as the haunting fear that someone, somewhere, may be happy. For more than a quarter of a century he had assaulted it in a variety of publications, from the Baltimore Herald and the Baltimore Sun papers to his popular magazines, the Smart Set and the American Mercury, in his 40 books, and in his defense of such authors as Theodore Dreiser. Along the way he had battled the mentality that had caused Huckleberry Finn to be banned from local libraries. Mencken was a believer in liberty in its wildest and imaginable sense, as he put it, liberty up to the extreme limits of the feasible and tolerable. It was Mencken who had convinced Clarence Darrow to defend John Scopes in the infamous monkey trial the previous hot summer. At issue was not simply Darwin's theory of evolution, but freedom of speech itself, a matter of concern to no one more than Henry Mencken. In a long and varied career as reporter, columnist, author, and literary and social critic, his very existence was committed to the free expression of ideas, no matter how controversial and unpopular. "The two main ideas that run through all my writing," he explained, "whether it be literary criticism or political polemic, are these. I am strongly in favor of liberty, and I hate fraud." Freedom had always been an issue with Mencken. First, at an early age, freedom from his father's choice of a career. Later, as he began to develop as a critic, from the Victorian Puritanism that stifled literature and every aspect of American life. Then from governmental laws that violated civil liberties for whites and blacks. Finally, during the 2 world wars, from censorship of the press. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights, Mencken believed, were sacred documents.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?